Hello, my name is James O'Brien. I'm the Operations Director of iIntro, and today I want to share with you some thoughts on how you can win more business and secure more business through most placeable candidates. MPCs, most placeable candidates, is a conversation piece that's familiar with most recruiters because it's what you do to go out there and win business when you don't have any jobs on. The reality is when we actually work on retained assignments, we ultimately end up with 2, 3 or more candidates who are superb candidates, but actually the client just didn't choose them. And it's great when we hear from the client saying, I could have hired 2 or 3 of the candidates, but actually I can only hire one person. What do you do? Well, it all depends really on the needs of your candidate about how quickly they wish to move. And what we find is using our technology platform to actually go out there and push candidates into the marketplace. It's not just about sending their CVs out there and getting clients to have a look at those, but it's actually thinking about, is this candidate somebody who I want to work with in the long term? Because all candidates are really clients in disguise. If you have a long-term future in recruitment, you'll acknowledge that particular piece. And I'd like you to think about the film Jerry Maguire. And when I just said the words Jerry Maguire there, you immediately thought, you can say the words yourself, but you thought I was going to say show me the money. But no, actually what I want you to think about is, what's Jerry's role in that film? Jerry's role is to make a placement. Essentially, as an agent, he's actually got his most placeable candidate, who's called Rob Tidwell, and he had to push him out to teams to find him his next contract. Well, you need to think about with how much time you're prepared to invest in your candidates. Of course, this might be something you do all the time, but when you look at a senior candidate and think about, where am I going to place this person realistically? And if they're working with you, perhaps their career move isn't something that has to happen next week. So I love it when candidates, or when I was a recruiter, which I'm obviously not at the coalface anymore, but when candidates would approach us or approach me and say, I'm looking for a move, but not just straight away. If you hear of something over the next few months, then I'd look to do that with you. So those are the candidates I would call my most placeable candidates because they're committed to me. They're committed to me helping them find their next position. So I'd spend time with them to identify what are the type of companies you'd like to work for, who's on your list of things, which companies would you really like to work for, which companies wouldn't you want to work for? And I'd then compile a list to actually sort of identify where can we market you to. Now, in the old days, what would that mean? Well, that might be a simple email, anonymizing the details of the candidates and saying out to organizations, I've got a great candidate who's looking for the next career move. I think they'd be a great fit for your organization. They're looking for this type of salary in this type of location. What have you got for them? I'm sure you can do better than that, but it was probably something along those type of lines. Well, here we sit in 2021, and surely that has to have moved on, doesn't it? And of course it does. The new technology tools that are out there now actually enable you to deliver a much better service. Now, through marketing technology as well as recruitment technology, we're able to promote candidates in a very different way. And if you've got some exclusivity with your candidate, and the reason why exclusivity is important is so that you're not going to be wasting your time, then you can actually go to market for that candidate. You can talk to them about who you're going to approach, when you're going to approach them, and what level of opportunity they're seeking. You can then start to build a profile of the candidate to present to potential hiring organizations. What does a profile mean? I don't mean a LinkedIn profile. I actually mean a profile that actually gives the potential employer a lot more information about whether your candidate is somebody that would fit into their organization. So that just doesn't mean their CV or resume. What it actually means is a complete profile. That will include, of course, a video assessment or a video introduction. An introduction to the client to say, this is who I am. If I'm the candidate, hi, my name's James O'Brien. I'm looking for my next opportunity and I hope it'll be with you. Maybe that's a bit cheesy, but you get my point. The client, the potential client, is actually able to view the candidate in their natural state and see a little bit more about who they are. Their elevator pitch of why they should or could become a great employee in that organization. But let's go further than that. Video is not the answer to everything at this moment in time. It's part of a solution. But why don't you look at behavioural assessment? What type of profile of candidate do you have? Profile your candidate. The great thing about profiling is there are no rights or wrong. Your candidate is your candidate. And when you present your candidate's behavioural attributes or behavioural traits, then they can see whether that's the type of person that would fit in with them. Competency-based assessment. Again, identify with the candidate where are their competencies, where are their strengths, where are their weaknesses. Help the potential employer identify or understand a little bit more about your candidate. So you can see we're starting to build a much more complete profile of the candidate, not just a CV or resume. that a client has to make a decision on. Yeah, I'll invest half an hour to see whether this person of interest. No, I want to invest some serious time with this person because they look like the type of person who can help me in my organisation, help me achieve the goals in our organisation. So from that side of things, building a most placeable candidate strategy, it requires a lot more. And that's where recruitment technology and methodology can actually come in and help you. So don't just think about sending out lots of CVs of candidates anonymised, changing their company names and hiding their email addresses and their data. Actually think about how you can present a candidate in the way that Jerry Maguire presented Rob Tidwell. Yeah, he pushed him out there and made that placement in the end. That's what you can do with a much better service offering. We hope that helps you. If you'd like to identify and work with us to see how we can help you put together a better strategy for making more placements using most placeable candidates, please do get in touch with us. Please book a consultation with myself or one of my colleagues. Just click the link below. We look forward to seeing you really soon.